Over the last 18 months or so, you have heard Jonathan and I warn about the pain coming to the commercial investing landscape, specifically new syndications, bridge debt, all of that stuff. If you want to see those videos, go back in Jonathan's awesome playlist. What we want to talk about today is the pain over. The Fed pivot is here. The Fed is calling for 3 rate cuts. We've seen the 10-year note crash to below 4%. So I'm guessing, Jonathan, it's nirvana, unicorns, rainbows, everybody's saved, no more pain. We just go on like, go to the moon, as the kids say. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we should just shut the recording off now. It's all done.
It's all done. The
It's
Fed
all
saved
done.
us. Powell saved us.
Yeah. Well, listen, I mean, so let's talk first about the interest rates and then talk about what an effect this will have and sort of what
Yep.
else there is going on in the market. But so obviously, look, everybody loves a lower interest rate, right? It'll, at the margins, it's going to help some people, especially those people who would need to refinance their debt or need to buy rate caps. I was talking with a syndicated friend of mine the other day, and they are looking at refinancing a rate cap, and literally since they started the conversation about refinancing the price of the rate cap has dropped by $200,000, and that was before the Fed's action yesterday, right? So I suspect that the price of that rate cap has dropped even more. We may be getting to the point where some syndicators are going to say, hey, look, we're just going to pull the trigger and buy our rate cap now, buy it early. And because we want to lock in this rate because we don't know where things are headed from here. Now, some people will kind of hold out and hope for more cuts. But so here's the thing. I mean, you and I have talked about this a lot. Everybody has, look, the Fed indicating 3 rate cuts next year. I mean, that's not what Powell said. He didn't say we're cutting rates next year, right? I mean, it's just some of the Fed governors are kind of plotting that as what they think this is going to go. And I think let's wait and see. I think the markets are getting ahead of themselves in saying that rates are going to drop, mostly because of sort of wishful thinking about rates dropping, right? The rates are not high by historical standards at the moment. And,
Sure.
And there's a lot of good to be had at rates that are higher like this. It's painful for, the real estate industry for sure, but eventually that will work itself out. But I think it's a little bit of like too much celebration too soon, because I just don't, I mean, tell me if you think differently, but I don't really see rate cuts coming yet necessarily. I think the Fed is going to hold out to make sure that they've really whipped inflation. They don't want to be the guy before Paul Volcker
Yeah.
who took
Arthur Burns.
Arthur Burns, who took his foot off the brakes too soon and
Mhm.
caused an even worse problem. I've seen some of the saner heads out there saying they don't really anticipate a rate cut till this time next year, right? So basically the fourth quarter of
Yeah.
2024, they think
Yeah.
that rates are going to get cut. So yeah, I would just say, like, we're still in a wait and see about this, and I think the market really may be kind of jumping the gun